The Google Pixel 11 rumor cycle is officially in overdrive, and if the leaks are even half accurate, Google is preparing a very strategic upgrade for an August launch. I've tracked Pixel phones from the earliest generations through every Android release, every Pixel drop, and every Tensor era experiment. And here's the thing, whenever the internet starts worrying about downgrades, Pixel history usually points in one direction: more capability, more intelligence, and a lot more AI. Yes, there are whispers about less RAM and even slower performance on certain models. But in 2026, that kind of move would be risky, because the smartphone market is more competitive than it's been in years. Samsung is pushing hard with the Galaxy S26 series and its AI-first approach. Apple continues to dominate the US market with iPhone momentum, and even brands targeting niche use cases are getting real attention. So today, let's break down the biggest Google Pixel 11 leaks and predictions in a way that actually matters. What the Pixel 11 could do, how the Pixel 11 Pro and Pixel 11 Pro XL might change, what the Pixel 11 Fold might bring, and why Android 17 plus Gemini could be the real headline. Let's get into it. First, the competition is forcing Google's hand. Samsung's latest Galaxy S26 lineup has set a new bar for what AI-enhanced can mean on a phone. Better battery life, faster performance, and AI features that feel less like gimmicks and more like tools you use daily. When competitors start delivering meaningful jumps, especially in battery efficiency and on-device intelligence, Google can't afford to stand still. And it's not only the usual rivals. There's a growing market for alternative phone experiences too, devices designed around reading, focus, and reduced eye strain like TCL's NXTPAPER-style devices with matte displays and distraction-cutting modes. That matters because it proves one thing: people don't just want faster specs. They want phones that feel smarter, calmer, and more helpful. Which brings us to the center of the Pixel 11 story, AI. Pixel 11 AI PREDICTIONS, Gemini GETS more AGNTIC. Google has been clear about its direction. The next phase of AI isn't just chatbots that answer questions. It's agentic AI that can take a task, follow steps, make decisions inside your rules, and deliver results without you micromanaging every tap. You can already see early versions of this on recent Pixel models. Gemini can handle small chains of actions, create something like a ringtone, help with directions, toggle do not disturb, and manage battery-saving settings. Useful, but still limited. The Pixel 11 is where this could expand into something much more automated and much more integrated. Imagine this: you tell Gemini, after I take photos, boost saturation slightly, pick the best shots where everyone is smiling and post them to Instagram, but only from events tagged family and only after 7 p.m. That's not just one action, that's a workflow. Detect new photos. Apply editing preferences you've pre-approved. Evaluate images based on criteria. Select a set. Post to a specific app. Repeat until you stop it. This is the kind of linked task system the Pixel 11 is rumored to aim for, Gemini acting more like a real assistant than a voice command tool. And if Google goes all in, this could apply to way more than photos. Auto-summarizing long email threads and drafting replies in your tone. Turning voice notes into structured to-do lists with deadlines. Preparing study notes from documents and web sources over a set timeframe. Building travel plans by combining your calendar, location, and preferences. Managing focus modes that adjust based on time, place, and behavior. If you're searching for the real reason the Pixel 11 matters, it's this: Google wants Gemini to become the operating layer of the phone, not just an app you open. But for that to work smoothly, the Pixel 11 needs serious hardware support, especially RAM. Pixel 11 hardware LEAKS, thinner design, Tensor G6, and the RAM question. Now let's talk hardware, because this is where the most controversial leaks are showing up. One of the safest predictions is that the Pixel 11 will likely be thinner than the Pixel 10 generation. The industry trend is clear. Manufacturers want devices that feel sleeker, lighter, and more premium in hand. Apple's recent ultra-thin approach with models like the iPhone Air concept has only increased pressure on everyone else. But thinner phones create real trade-offs. Less space for battery capacity. Less room for cooling. Tighter constraints for camera hardware. Potential compromises on speakers, grip, and durability. And that's why Pixel fans are split. Some people love a thin phone, others want a bit of heft, something that feels secure and stable, especially when you're using a big camera bar device one-handed. Now, the biggest talking point in the Pixel 11 leaks is RAM. There are rumors suggesting the Pixel 11 Pro, Pixel 11 Pro XL, and even the Pixel 11 Fold could drop from 16 GB of RAM down to 12 GB, and that the base Pixel 11 could potentially drop from 12 GB to 8 GB. If that happens, it would be a bold move and not necessarily a good one because AI features are RAM-hungry. The more Gemini is expected to run in the background, manage multi-step actions, and coordinate across apps, the more memory headroom you want. RAM isn't just for gaming anymore, it's for intelligence, multitasking, and speed consistency. Yes, RAM prices fluctuate and manufacturers absolutely make cost-based decisions. But cutting RAM while simultaneously marketing bigger AI capabilities would be a messaging problem. People can accept new AI features only if the phone still feels fast, responsive, and stable after a year or two of updates. So here's the practical prediction. Even if some non-Pro models see tighter memory configurations, Google will likely optimize the Pixel 11 software stack to keep Gemini workflows smooth, and may reserve the best agentic AI features for higher-tier models, especially the Pixel 11 Pro and Pixel 11 Pro XL. Next, the processor. Leaks point toward the Google Tensor G6 powering the Pixel 11 lineup. That's important because Tensor chips aren't built to chase raw benchmark wins. They're designed to prioritize AI processing, camera computation, speech recognition, and on-device intelligence. If Tensor G6 brings improvements, expect them in areas like faster on-device Gemini tasks, improved efficiency for battery life, better sustained performance with less overheating, stronger image and video processing pipelines, upgraded security and on-device privacy features. Now let's talk storage. A likely shift is that 256 GB becomes a more common baseline, at least across more variants. And that's overdue. Between 4K video, AI-powered photo editing, offline models, and larger app footprints, modern phones chew through storage fast. And yes, there are also hints about new camera sensors. Google's camera success has never been only about sensors. It's about computational photography, HDR processing, portrait depth mapping, night mode intelligence, and increasingly AI editing tools. But adding new sensors to the Pixel 11 camera system could mean better detail, better low-light performance, improved ultra-wide clarity, and stronger video capture, especially if Google is targeting creators. Which brings us to the software side that ties everything together, Android 17. Android 17 on Pixel 11, WIDGETS, video upgrades, and digital WLLBING. The Pixel 11 is widely expected to be the first phone to ship with Android 17 out of the box, and that matters because Pixels are basically Google's reference platform for new Android experiences. Android updates have evolved. It's not just major yearly releases anymore. It's also frequent feature drops that steadily add quality-of-life improvements, customization, and smarter tools. With Android 17, expect improvements in three big categories. Smarter customization and widgets. Android 17 is expected to push widgets further, including more flexible creation and customization options. If Google gets this right, widgets stop being static blocks and start becoming dynamic dashboards, personalized, context-aware, and more interactive. Pro-level video features. Google has already teased a stronger focus on video stabilization and pro video upgrades. This is crucial because video is where many smartphones still separate into tiers. If Pixel 11 delivers more consistent stabilization, better motion handling, and smarter AI-assisted video editing, it becomes a serious option for creators who currently default to iPhone or Samsung. Digital well-being upgrades like Pause Point. One of the most interesting rumored features is a well-being